And now that you have learned the basic of how to create a workflow, you become familiar with the elements that compose it, the nodes and the connectors. You have learned how to connect nodes together and configure some basic settings for each node. But before we move on to more complex stuff, I want us to take some time to better understand the N8n platform so we can make better use of its resources. This platform is basically structured in three main parts. We have a left sidebar where you will find general options not related to a specific project, but more about your overall account and how you manage resources in N8n. Here you will find a list of projects, and at the moment we have only one, and at the top we have this overview, which is the area where you used to view your general dashboard. But if I want to go now, you will see that it's telling me that I need to save my project before leaving. I won't save it here, just to show you that you can also save it with this button right now. And now you can go to this overview dashboard. We saw this dashboard before, but it didn't have any workflow back then. Now we have this first workflow that we were working on minutes ago. Then we have this credentials section where you can see all the information for authentication on those external apps that require credential or passwords, like, I don't know, Gmail, WhatsApp, Telegram, or any kind of application that to connect with it, it will need your personal ways to go inside. Then we have these executions in which we can see the testing that we have performed while working on the workflow minutes ago. Here you will find more info if you want to check any one of these executions. Here I am opening it, and you can see for every execution you have how it went, what it happened. You can check the info that you have in the input and the output. This is not editable. You cannot edit anything here because it's a picture of the past. Is what happened when we make this execution back then in the previous lesson. I will close it, and this is how you can revisit the previous executions to investigate what happened on every one of them. In this personal section, down here the overview, you can click here and you see a very similar structure, but it's organized not in terms of the project, but in terms of the workflow levels. Because also remember that some workflows may even exist outside any project. In shared with you, if you go here, you might find workflows that were created by someone else who has shared them with you via those collaboration tools. We have nothing yet. Also the credentials for those projects of collaboration. And again, back to my projects where we were seeing these options. For now, I have only one project, which is my first project, and it has only one workflow, which is the one that we were working in the past lectures. And below here, we can see some really useful tools. Let's go through them from top to bottom. Admin panel contains your account's personal data, so I won't open it here because my personal data is there. Then we have the templates. Here we will explore this later. You will love them because these are pre-built workflow templates that help you work much faster for different cases. Then we have variables. This section includes any variables that you have created to better manage input and output data. We will understand this better soon. Then the insight section where it shows usage stats for your workflows once they are live. And finally, help with a whole help center that includes documentation, tutorials, a discussion forum, a course with basic lessons, a book report form, and more info about N8n. At the bottom, you will see your name and some additional options to configure your N8n account. Now let's go back to my overview here. Let's re-enter the project and the workflow where we were working, and let's see this bar in the upper side of the screen. Here you see the name of the project where I am working right now, and then the workflow that belongs to this project, so you can recognize easily where you are. Also, you can add tags to your projects or to your workflows to categorize them. Workflows can be stored under different tags. I don't have any yet, but if you want to create your own, you could categorize them into, I don't know, games, communication, business, or whatever, any other group that suits your needs and helps you group your workflows in different topics or things. Then we have this toggle button that it's inactive now, and if you switch it, it will activate the workflow once it's ready to go live. Then you have this share button to share it with others, and then the save button that we used minutes ago. You can also check the version history to preview all the versions of your workflow. So usually we stick with the latest one. And finally, these other options like duplicate the workflows, download it, change the owner, rename it, and you can also import workflows directly from a URL or from a file. We are going to learn that this is very useful, and we're going to use it in a couple sections ahead. And then you have these general settings that we saw before. Finally, inside the canvas, I want to show you a few more things. You can delete connectors if you want. By clicking this trash can icon here, you delete the connector and you can reuse it on another node if you want, but I will connect it again. And you can also insert nodes between two existing ones. If I click the plus button, I can add another node that will appear here in the middle. Also, you have these navigation tools. You have the zoom out, the zoom in. You have this zoom to fit to adjust it to the screen. And if the things are messed up, you can click this tidy up button that will put everything aligned again. It's very helpful to organize your workflow very fast. Finally, we have this button here for AI-powered features, which is going to blow your mind, but for now, we still have a lot to learn before diving into this. So let's move on to the next lesson and start making our workflows more complex.